Welcome to the My Jewish Listings podcast, the podcast about everything Jewish and kosher, inviting support from within the Jewish community. Visit myjewishlistings.com to find a Jewish-owned business near you. And now, your host, Doron Ellie. Hi, Jamie. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining us.
I'm great. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having me.
Today we have Jamie Feit with Jamie Feit Nutrition. She is launching a very exciting book today, actually. It's called Kosher Cookbook, and it's super exciting. There's just so much that we want to learn about it. So Jamie, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. The book is called Kosher Cookbook for the Family, and the publisher actually approached me to write it. And what they wanted is this book to be an approachable book for people that are trying to entertain, like for Shabbos or for holidays, and maybe more towards the younger crowd of like just married or, maybe newly to kosher that like, how do I do that? Like,
Oh, wow.
how do I prepare? Like, what do I prepare? Things like that.
And is it very like Jewish traditional cooking, or is it like foods from like all over the world that you can kind of like test out? I know like kosher foods can sometimes feel like it's limiting, but I feel like there's just so much you can do with kosher cooking.
Okay, so what it is because I'm a nutritionist, it is a mix of traditional kosher foods like challah and egg barley and things like that. But then there are also like modern, healthier recipes like oatmeal bars and sesame noodles and things like that that are a little more updated and healthy because I'm a nutritionist. And then there are like, I would say specialty ethnic items. Like there's a shakshuka and there's like
Oh my God, my favorite.
an apple and honey puff pastry tart for Rosh Hashanah. And there are things like that, like a couple like for the holiday, but updated and modern. So it's a mix of like updated and modern, healthy and traditional.
Wow. And the like what kind of holidays do you have that like it specializes? Is it very like Passover? Are we doing like some like cooking for Hanukkah as well, or is it just like across the board like just amazing foods that newlyweds can try out and try to get accustomed to all the great Jewish specialties that we have?
I feel like it's across the board for like newlyweds or somebody new to kosher to just try it out. But I feel like for regular people who have been kosher for years and maybe married with kids, I feel like there's enough like modern takes on kosher food that it would still be interesting for anybody that's kosher and entertaining and making Shabbos every week and making all the holidays.
Oh, wow. And you said it's very nutrition focused too, because you are a nutritionist. So like what kind of, life changes are people going to have to make if like they're trying to like stick to this? Like what exactly are they avoiding, or or what kind of benefits are they
No,
getting out of focusing on like the nutritional side of cooking?
okay, so in this book, it's not that they have to give anything up. I'm more meant like it's labeled like which recipes are gluten free, which recipes are dairy free, and there are like healthy options like for breakfast. Like there are oatmeal bars and there are overnight oats and there are trail mix bars, like things like that. Like in each category, there are just some healthier alternatives because I believe as a nutritionist that for anyone that's making Shabbat every week and you have that whole religion revolved around food, if you can lighten up those dishes a little bit, it will make you healthier in the end. So like on my
Absolutely. Like,
show,
there's so many foods that like we have traditionally, like the challah bread, or like there's so many other things that just like are very like dense and they can be made healthier, I feel like. So
right,
that's amazing. So
right.
what do you think is like your favorite, or like your most special dish that you're like, hey, you guys have to try? Like I want to know what I should try when I first get this book. Like,
Okay, I would definitely say the egg barley. Like I make the best like traditional like egg barley that you would get like in a deli.
mhm.
Um that it's every time I make it, there is not one piece left. My husband loves it. And
Oh my
he
God.
actually complains because my house is gluten free now because my daughter has celiac disease. And he's like, when are you going to make me egg barley?
Oh my God. Now this is something I'm gonna have to try. Like, that's
Yes, like
amazing.
I've made it for like anytime I make it for a holiday meal, like all my nieces and nephews who are like I would say young marrieds, they're in their 20s to 30s, they all have the recipe and they're all like, that is the best egg barley.
Oh my God,
So
that
I
is
would
amazing. And
definitely say
it's great to
that.
know that like kids like it too.
Everybody likes it. And it's
Wow.
super easy.
That's so amazing. And like, I mean, would you say that like, across the board, like at 101, everyone likes these things, but like for when it comes to like sweets, everyone has a sweet tooth a little bit. So like, is this something that like is catered to a little bit? Like, is there anything sweet in any of these dishes that kind of has the little pop like that?
Absolutely. There is several sections in the book. There's an breakfast section. There's a sides and salad section. There is a dairy and fish section. There's a meat and chicken section. There is a breads, desserts
Wow.
section. So there
So
are some
you get it
desserts like
all.
my grandmother's brownie recipe is in there. And then there is even like a dips and dressing, like with, condiment section as well.
Wow. Because you always feel like when you're trying to cook a little healthier or you're trying to cut something out, you feel like you're giving up the sweets. You're giving up all these things that you love so much. But like it sounds like you're basically able to have all the great things that we love.
Right. So I took my grandmother's brownie recipe in this book and I played with it and I lightened it up a little, like a little less butter, a little no butter, like coconut oil, a little less sugar, but it's still delicious.
Oh my God, yeah. And I love that it's following like all the new things that are coming out with like, yes, coconut oil is like the new thing that like it's just so much healthier than all the alternatives that have been out. So like I love that you incorporated that into the book and all the playing around with the traditional recipes that it's already been out there. So
Right.
that's
And
amazing.
I have a great recipe for shakshuka in there that you can make with ingredients that you can keep in your pantry. So like not perishable, like where you would have to have the onions and the peppers and tomatoes on hand. I make it
Really?
with certain types of canned tomatoes and canned chili peppers and stuff that you can keep in your pantry and always have them on hand so
Oh my
that you
God.
can like whip up the shakshuka like at any time.
That is amazing because sometimes like I go to the grocery store and I'm so prepared and I feel like I'm like gonna make this and then something happens and I totally forget to make it and then things go old and I'm like, okay, wait, I can't make this anymore. So like, oh, that's amazing. I didn't even know you could do that.
Right. Yeah. I use like the fire roasted tomatoes and the canned roasted tomatoes that have the diced chilies in them. And
Hmm.
it comes out amazing. And it's literally just dump it from the can. But
Wow, that is amazing. So
yeah.
what and like I mean for this kosher cookbook, I mean this all sounds so amazing, but like how can I get a hold of this?
Okay. So it is on Amazon. It is on Amazon right now for pre order. I can give you the link.
Hmm.
I will email you the link. How's that?
Okay.
And it is on pre-order right now, but as of tomorrow, if you just search the name Kosher Cookbook for the Family, it's going to come up on Amazon. And you click it, you can pre-order it now, but if you click it tomorrow, you can just order it.
All
It's
right, perfect.
available.
So March 9th, this book is launching. Uh, right now it's for pre-order, but as this is coming out, like it should be available for everyone. Are there like limited supply of this, or is this something that like you know
No,
anyone
you
can
can just
get anywhere? Like where can
anyone
people
can get
access this?
anywhere.
Like
I I believe after tomorrow it will be everywhere, like Barnes Noble and things like that. But I do
wow,
know for sure that it does go live on Amazon on March 9th.
oh my goodness. And will you have an e-version of this book?
There is a Kindle version on Amazon available right now.
Oh my goodness. Wow, so you can actually access it right now. Oh,
You could
wow.
access it right now, but you can go get the Kindle version right now. Yes,
I prefer the
absolutely.
hardcover because I like to flip through those pages, get the tactile of it all. But like, I mean, see those pictures, I like it all in the book, so I can always refer to it the second that I want to get something. That's amazing.
I
So
agree. I also like it because sometimes I'll make my salad dressings like right before Shabbos, and it's like easy to just have the book right there.
that's right, and you actually can't look up those recipes during
Right.
during Shabbat. So
Exactly.
this
Exactly.
it's better to have the actual book.
Better to have a book.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so excited to get this book and to try out your recipes. And
Thank you so
you
much for having
absolutely
me.
have to try this book. And I'm so excited to try the amazing things that you've prepared for us and that you've set us up with and changed the recipes for us.
I thank you so much for having me. I hope that everybody enjoys the book as much as I enjoyed producing it because I did it over COVID. So I had a whole family of taste testers. So I
Oh my God,
know that it's
yes.
kid friendly because all my kids approved of all the recipes as well as my husband. So the recipes are good to go.
All right. We'll get your book today. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye.